Steel Nation, let's get one thing straight. Like straight and narrow. Cam Heyward is an absolute legend. And before I get into the contract and all this stuff that I woke up to this morning, Cameron Heyward is an absolute legend. Here we go, Steelers! Here we go! Alrighty, Steel Nation, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. We have some breaking news with Cameron Heyward and his contract. And the funny thing is if Adam Schefter didn't report this, like many news stories, would we really care? I don't think we care that much, but because it's right in front of our eyes, right there, it's like, hey, look at me. We're talking about Cameron Heyward's contract, guaranteed money. He signed the extension last year for a 3-year contract, and Cameron Heyward had one of his best years in 2024, and he's like the leader of the defense. TJ Watt is awesome, best player on the team, but Cameron Heyward is the leader of the defense. So a lot of Yinzers, a lot of fans are up in arms, pissed off about money that's not theirs. Think about that. We follow and support a team that the owners and coaches make all these choices and decisions, and the money's simply not ours. We don't have any say in the fight besides maybe buying a jersey or a terrible towel or whatever it may be. All right, but let's read it. Let's read this before I go to work. Adam Schefter said in a tweet, with little fanfare, the Steelers' 4-time All-Pro defensive tackle Cameron Heyward hasn't fully participated in practice yet this summer as he awaits a restructured contract that has not gotten done per sources. Heyward is scheduled to make $14 million this season, with $13.45 million of that already been earned as a roster bonus in March. Heyward is seeking a raise in the defensive market that he experienced a reset this offseason. Heyward and the Steelers have addressed this privately, have made not made any progress or reworked the deal. I'm not a pro at this. I'm not a pro. I'm just going to give you my little thought. And my thought is that song by Offspring, Pay the Man. Omar Khan will take care of this, right? I'm not a pro. In this sense, what I think it means, he wants to get some guaranteed money because in the contract, he doesn't get guaranteed money in 2025. If you are a pro at contracts and Steelers contracts, in the comments below, let me know how it works. Let me know your thoughts on this. And is Cameron Heyward justified to do so? But he had a really great season last year. Now, between two parties, it's the owners and it's also Cameron Heyward, right? Sometimes in this situation, it does seem like the fans or the fans out there are still a nation, right? They seem to go after Cameron Heyward once this happens. But it's business. But you look to what Cameron Heyward has done on the field and also off the field. He's going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler for life. They're not trading him. They're not getting rid of him. He's going to be a Steeler for life. And some fans in the Twitter comments, Instagram, Facebook, just go after him. They're just like, oh, we don't need you. You suck. He was terrible last year. He's not worth the money. He already signed the contract. Let it be. Just let it be. Chillax, chill out. As a Steelers fan and a Steelers channel, Steelers Nation Australia, all this says to me is that Cameron Heyward is trying to rework his deal, the deal that he signed, to get some guaranteed money in 2025 and continue playing and playing further. On the other side, Omar Khan's got to work with that and figure it out. That's it. There's nothing to it. He's been in practice. He hasn't held out. He's not getting traded away. He's not moving teams. He's not bitching about the Steelers. He's doing everything he can to be a true Pittsburgh Steeler. And fans will sit back in their couch and become a GM and play Madden and start yelling and screaming and bitching and fucking complaining that the Cam's the worst and he needs to be traded, need to get rid of him because this, and this. Now the Steelers, they have the highest paid defense. And also Juan Thornhill came out yesterday or day before and said they could be the best defense ever in the NFL. And I would love to see it. So things like this from Adam Schefter, that basically he's just trying to get a restructured contract, I believe, this year and next year, move the money around that he's already meant to be paid so he can get paid up front. What's wrong with that? A roster bonus. Nothing wrong with that. Let Omar Khan deal with it. Let Cameron Heyward deal with it. And I'm sure they come to an agreement. Next minute, we see him sacking the quarterback against the Jets in week 1. So also, we had a few things that, another few Twitters from Steelers Depot to try and explain this. He says, look, Yins might not want to hear it, but if I'm Cameron Heyward, I want more cash in 2025 as well. He did not get a cash increase last offseason as part of the extension he signed. It was a glorified restructure. Really, he balled out last season. He might not see any of that in 2026. As of right now, he should be clamoring to get some of that money in 2025, unless he can get the team to fully guarantee his March 2026 roster bonus. So basically saying they restructured the contract. Now he's trying to get the money in 2025. Nothing wrong with that. He's a future Hall of Famer. If he wins the Super Bowl, 100%. If he doesn't win a Super Bowl, 95%, 90%. But he's a future Hall of Famer. Pay Cam the money and see how we go. Also, Brooke Pryor had a few comments on this too. She reports for the Steelers and ESPN. She said Brooke Pryor was like, a little disappointing that Heyward, a multi-time Chief Award winner, declined interviews. It appears to be a complex situation, especially after he signed an extension last year. It would be helpful to get his explanation for the request rather than leaving it to speculation. And what better fucking time for Brooke Pryor to speculate and make it more drama, right? But she is right. It will be better for Cameron Heyward to walk up to the media, who won many chief awards, who's really good with the media, and explain everything. But he doesn't fucking have to. He doesn't need to explain what's going on. It's a private conversation between him and the owners. And yes, we're all Steelers fans, so we want to know. We want to be like, let us in, let us know what's happening. But Brooke Pryor is in her feelings, I believe, in her emotions. It's a little disappointing that Heyward, a multi-time Chief Award winner, declined interviews. He doesn't have to talk to the media if he doesn't want to. He's sorting it out with his contract and his money, his team, this, and this, with Omar Khan privately trying to do the best they can to restructure a deal. So sometimes the media will take this and now they're going to blow it up completely. Blow it up fucking completely. For myself, though, Steelers contract, Cameron Heyward, get it done, re-sign him, restructure, do what you can. He's a Pittsburgh Steeler for life. Cameron Heyward is the life and blood of this team. He's the leader. TJ Watt is probably the best defensive player on the team, but Cameron Heyward is the guy. And people in the comments calling him out, saying trade him, get rid of him. I don't know if you really understand football or if your Steelers fan card is fucking, it's trapped under many, many layers of clothing or it's on the ground stuck in the mud. Your Steelers fan card's looking a bit dirty. Cameron Heyward is one of the best Steelers to play for the Steelers ever. And right now, he's the heart, soul, and blood of this team. You don't have Cameron Heyward here, you don't have a chance to win a playoff game. You don't have Cameron Heyward here, you don't win many other games. Anyway, Steeler Nation, in other news as well, before I get out of here, Chris Boswell, the Wizard of Boz, is also looking for an extension and trying to do something like trying to, pay the man and get a 3 or 4 year deal. The Wizard of Boz, Chris Boswell, needs to be paid also. So that's going to happen. They will restructure Cameron Heyward's deal. They will also pay Chris Boswell to be probably maybe the highest paid kicker because he is absolutely phenomenal. The Wizard of Boz is the Wizard of Boz. But in terms of Cameron Heyward and Mike Tomlin, let it chill out. Don't worry about the money too much. The contract, he's just trying to get paid this year, trying to restructure his deal, restructure his contract and all that kind of stuff. Then the Yinzers get a lot in their feelings and they're like, Cameron Heyward already signed a contract. There's no point. What's going on? Let it play out. If you're going to support the Steelers in 2025, you need Cameron Heyward on your team to teach the young bucks like Derek Harmon, Y.A. Black, those guys, Keanu Benton. He is the heart and soul of the Pittsburgh Steelers team. I cannot stress that enough. And these times, like when these stories come out, then they bashed him last year. They bashed Cameron Heyward last year in terms of he can't play, he's too old, trade him, get rid of him, cut him, give him away to another team. We want new faces there. And he had one of his best years in his career, putting his paws up like 8 or 9 times and knock it down. 8.5 sacks. He was almost really in contention to be Defensive Player of the Year. He was quite up there. He had a fantastic year in 2024. So Cameron Heyward, I hope it sorts out with you, mate. Hopefully everything goes well. And if you ask Cameron Heyward, if you are seeing this, Cameron Heyward, if you're seeing this on your channel, not just football, invite Mark down here, Mark Steelers Nation Australia on your YouTube channel. All right, Steel Nation, I'm heading to work. I'll see you later.